Cue the music. Let's go. I'm your boy Ro, managing editor for the new OBB Legend and OG member of the Orange Bowl Boys, and welcome to another edition of Student of the Game. Another heartbreaking loss for your Miami Hurricanes, who are now 2-3. One of the keys to the game for me was limiting the big play. It didn't take long for University of North Carolina to hit on a big play, and again, it's miscommunication, and you're starting to see repeating numbers as culprits. Cover two, you have to have a plan when somebody goes vertical. If the one goes vertical, hey, safety needs to get over the top. Easy triangle read for Drake May here. This is what he does. Keeps his shoulder in lines. He's got everything materializing. Real easy concept for the quarterback. You already see Cam Kinchins playing downhill. Don't know why. Goes ahead and takes the bait there. You see this safety over the top here? That's what he was supposed to do. Two eyes in the backfield. Got flat. And this is going to be 6. You can't have that happen. Now go back, because obviously, again, Middle Tennessee State have to have a plan when you go vertical. Now I know this is cover 3, but still, corner over here, field side now, just lets it get over the top. Miscommunication. And then again from the Middle Tennessee State game. Now you're back in your cover 2 again, and a safety is going to go ahead and drive down when the ball's already delivered over the top. We're either guessing wrong, not communicating, unnecessarily leaving people on the island, but that's not the way that you want to go ahead and start a game. So on this 3rd and 5 in the first quarter, quarterback Tyler Van Dyke is going to take a sack on a design quarterback draw? Well, I'm going to make the case that it is. And before we get there, boundary corner, short side of the field, press man, you always have to be a little on alert for potential cat blitz, and that's exactly what's going to blow up this play. But let's first look at the argument that this is going to be a quarterback-designed run. Pay attention to the left tackle. He's going to use a SWAT block. Ready? There. Okay? When he goes ahead and pushes this button, go on, little doggy. Now look at Tyler. He's already deciding to go ahead and tuck and run. And when you have this offensive lineman downfield, well, if he would have passed the ball, it's a legal man downfield. So you take the SWAT block, the fact that he was already tucking and running, and an offensive lineman downfield, yeah, good chance that was a run play. Now back to that cat blitz, because that's just one of those nightmare scenarios when you add it all in parts. And I like the gamesmanship right here by the safety, right? He's going to look. I'm looking over here to the field side because he has to get back over the top because you're leaving this wide open once you go ahead and have that cat blitz. Ooh, somebody got folded up on that play. Well, a couple people got folded up, and that's a sack. On a design run, mind you. Now, this is so vintage TBD for me. And credit Josh Gaddis for isolating a mismatch. Obviously, when you have the rooster in the backfield, this is a hard cover for a linebacker to have. Something else we need to address. Maybe a small elephant in the room. I've heard a lot, especially recently, that Tyler Van Dyke is a one-read quarterback. That is not the case. I've always argued against it. I watched the film last year, every single game. I know what Tyler's capable of. And again, watch the vision. It's going to look left. Now it's looking middle. Then it swings back right. So if you watch that again, he's going to go and scan all sides of the field. Here you go. Left, middle. He already knows where the ball's going. I promise you this. Something else to notice, a bubble attachment. Haven't seen a lot of that, but obviously it's going to provide horizontal spread here. And then, again, rhythm and ball. Back is turned. There's the mismatch on a linebacker. Ball's out. Perfect. Great touch ball. And mechanically, 1, 2, 3, hitch one, ball out. Can't do it any better. Can't do it any better. There was anticipation. There was a total field scanning. And it was a great design on getting the rooster on a linebacker. That looked pretty. All right, real quick clip. But at a certain point, especially over the course of 2 weeks, coaching staff needs to just say enough. Because obviously it's a post, a little bit of a max look from North Carolina. Same numbers, 24-2. Guys, got to communicate it right. You're killing your team. On this 3rd and 6, the University of Miami is going to run a double dagger concept, and they're going to victimize North Carolina when the field side safety plays himself right out of the play. But Tyler Van Dyke shows exquisite arm confidence, good rhythm, and good ball placement. 1, 2, 3, ball is out. Great throw. NFL caliber throw. Now, double dagger concept, what is it? Slot receivers are going to go vertical. Outside receivers are going to do digs. Now, there's a little bit of a redirect here, and that's something that I took note of because we're actually running some option routes this week. Brashard Smith has the ability to go ahead and take that more vertical when he slants this back inside. That's just something that he keyed in on. Will Mallory stayed outside. And again, look, when Tyler's throwing this ball, look at the window and the confidence and the anticipation required here. Okay, that's when he decides to throw the ball right there. Now, earlier I said, hey, listen, safety. So safety's got to read this combo. This is right there. When this stays short, there's this small seam window, typically about 17 to 21 yards, they say. This goes a little beyond that. Safety needs to factor a little bit more, especially when there's nothing driving on the outside. Left that little bit of a cushion, even though the linebacker was outstanding in coverage. Perfect ball. Beats perfect coverage. First down. Now, I really like this passing concept here by the University of Miami Hurricanes. It's just like the little attention to details. Obviously, when you have Keyshawn Smith, he kind of drives in, and when he drives in, Julio Skinner is going to be the tag-along. Now, that puts like a natural rub and pick element here. Also forces this North Carolina defender kind of like in no man's land. And there's something else I want to make the case for on the back end of this, and Julio Skinner shows his athleticism. Bright future for this young man, especially from the tight end position. Yeah, you can shake your head. You're doing a good job. Good job. Now, I believe that this is an option route because when Julio Skinner is looking, he sees that the leverage, well, the safety's leveraged inside. So that's when he goes ahead and puts this outside, right? I have a firm belief that if he was outside, Jaleel had the option to go inside. So, again, when you watch Tyler Van Dyke, okay, he's staring in this direction, but you have to make a pre-read determination. And if that's where your option route is, you have to key on that option route because you have to see what he sees. And when he sees the safety and he sees that, okay, Jaleel Skinner is taking the out route, okay, like I said, if the safety is on this side of the field, the potential is he's going to come inside. So, of course, I got to key on this receiver. But when you key on that receiver and that's the right read, that's exactly what you need to do. Your athletes make people miss in space and get another 6-7 yards. Like the concept, the whole concept, good job by the Canes there. RPO, Run Pass Option. That's exactly what Miami does here on this 1st and 10. And again, Tyler Van Dyke is signaling for Will Mallory to come across the formation. I think maybe if they had a look, they were going to keep this play, but they redirect here and smart move. Because right now when the tight end goes in motion and nobody runs across the formation, Tyler has a high index of suspicion. Well, you know what? This potentially is zone coverage. And something else happened. Now you bring the safety down into the box because the run strength is now set here to the boundary. So watch Tyler's vision. He's staring at an area, and this is what the RPO does, a post-snap RPO. Because UNC is selling out against this run. They're bringing a lot of pressure to stop it, especially the safety. So Tyler, smart move there, because this was going to get swallowed up if you gave this to the running back. Quick pitch and catch, one missed tackle, bang. Man, it's been a while since I said that. Again, watch the redirect. Quick. Perfect. RPO. Bang. So I think your passing concepts picked up this week. Field side, you're going to run a smash concept, which is a corner. The number 1 is going to sit and either do a stop, Z out, out. I've seen variants on it. And then to the boundary side, you're going to run a dig to the back of the end zone, a drag from Julio Skinner, and an angle route from the running back. And the reason why I like this passing concept, because if we had a single high safety look, then your smash is greenlit, right? Because Single high over the middle of the field. He's not going to factor. There's your corner route. Now, when I see two safeties over the top, this area becomes green lit, right? Because I'm going to go ahead and try to isolate this in the middle of the field. This is where my read tries to take me. So we're going to go ahead and back this up because we're going to read Tyler Van Dyke's eyes. What is he looking for? He's going to – there it is. He's looking in the back of the field. What is he trying to find? There's no routes there. He's looking to find the safeties. Now, when he identifies this, unfortunately, now he's got to make a play. I just appreciated the concept. Now, that's not what happened in time and rhythm because obviously the defensive ends got upfield. Good pocket awareness to get up into the pocket, and then here you go. Some toughness. He's getting a defender draped all over him, and the presence of mind to go ahead and deliver the ball. Can your quarterback bail you out when the play isn't there? I like the concept. Obviously, I appreciate the play, and we can focus on the play of quarterback Tyler Van Dyke there. But the concept was good too. Unfortunately, on this 4th and 2, the University of Miami is going to have a turnover on downs. It's going to be a sack, and it again falls under that premise of know your worst nightmare. In this case, obviously, North Carolina is showing a little bit more pressure to this side. Offensive line is going to favor that. And when you come into these tight looks, you run the risk of a DB coming in on a blitz. Obviously, that victimized Miami earlier. And I'm not opposed against tight condensation looks. You just have to make sure you get it blocked right. And here's where the breakdown happens. Obviously, when you see the University of Miami, they're favoring this side on the blitz. 2 are going in this direction. Right tackle, he's a 2-for-1 on him. He's got to take the immediate threat to the quarterback. That's what he's taught. And this is going to be a simple mesh concept where you're trying to run drags across the field. Very common to attach this wheel route to it. And nobody accounts for this DB. Comes in untouched. And you got to credit North Carolina here too because University of Miami is trying to go ahead and dummy count this, potentially to draw them offside. And if you get somebody to kind of like jump and maybe tip their hand, University of Miami can adjust their offensive line call. UNC doesn't jump. They don't tip their hand. And again, this is your worst nightmare. Corner, really close to the quarterback. We don't account for him. Tyler Van Dyke is sacked. So what can we do as maybe options? I don't know, maybe in the future, just abandon the wheel route. I don't know. Just have him stay back in as an extra blocker. If your spidey senses is tingling, move him to the other side because potentially if you get this blocked, maybe you have a chance at one of these drag routes coming over because even though you're in a tight look, you're sending 5 people out against that look, and obviously we just didn't block it right. Again, last week I felt some communication errors on the offensive line in critical spots. Again, on a 4th and 2 midfield, you're trying to go for it. You're trying to be aggressive, and I get Mario's premise there, right? You're playing against North Carolina with a good offense, so you got to try to keep your foot on the gas, plus the message it sends to your team. But no. When Miami's coming in tight, MTSU did this too. Defenses just get super aggressive. Just pay attention right here. Here. Again, DB, as soon as the ball's coming into the mesh point, and not a mesh concept, right? I know, football's confusing. There's a mesh route where they do rubbing as racing, and the mesh point is when the quarterback puts the ball into the belly of the beast. Right here, once the ball – look – they're just all playing downhill. This play never has any kind of opportunity to get off the ground. Plus, you're asking Will Mallory to come across on this arc block, and watch. He's just not getting there. So 3rd and 2. Now, I like this because maybe later on you set this up, especially if there's like a quarterback zone read attachment to it. You just kind of like pull this and then throw this back out here to Burchard. Maybe that's something you set up later. But the reality is on this 3rd and 2, they played downhill heavy. Now, this isn't going to be your typical student of the game clip. It's just me providing commentary. It's 4th and 1. Been hard to run the ball. You finally get a first down. University of Miami blocks this well. But you cannot fumble this football, especially on that variety, because that is about as weak of a fumble as I've seen in a long time. There's just zero issues to have that kind of a ball security problem right there. 2 weeks in a row now with the fumble. We got to go ahead and protect it better, or if there's continuation of that fumble prerogative, then the coaches are allowing that to happen. And you can't allow stuff like that to happen. And this is going to be the final clip of the evening. And if you haven't heard, the OBB Legend is home of Discord U. So when you subscribe for Legendary membership, not only do you get bonus content under the Student of the Game umbrella, we also have an X's and Row channel where you can ask questions all day long. And we talk shop, myself, Lance Roffers. It's a fun time. Also home of Review U. And nothing much to review here. Here's how the game ends. On 3rd and 4, 13 seconds, but that ball was tipped. Unfortunate. That's the reason why the trajectory is thrown so far off, and that's how the game ends. Tyler Van Dyke's interception was a tip ball, and the University of Miami Hurricanes are 2-3. As always, I'm your boy Ro, managing editor for the new OBB Legend. Stay dangerous, my friends. Bye.